Blah, blah. All right, I see myself now on the YouTube stream. So I gonna go ahead and close that. Hello, everybody. Where did I just get added? There we go. Milon. Hello, everybody. I thought I was going on at 6. Lol. But I'm here now. I figured out how to set up the lights so that they're blue and yellow. I always love to do the colors for my for my performances. I've got the yellow blush and the blue eyeshadow. I've got the blue shirt. I've got the yellow and blue lighting. I have blue tea. I don't know if it shows up as blue, but I have blue tea. Hello, everybody. I can turn the volume up. I can also hold the mic closer to my face. This is probably what I'm gonna do. But of course, yeah, like, of the things I've mentioned, blue is kind of outnumbering yellow, so let's fix that. This is gonna be the chill zone of the two sets. Doing a lot more of the laid-back songs, though there will be a little bit of an uptick in the middle for some of the newer music, but we open with yellow. The Deltarune type drip, oh my goodness. Temboli alla satawa delo ona Ligin kama pona nila Mi bagala e linea sina Wile luka e mi adaso Sina pime ali walo io Nilikena lalo insaselo Mi opini e tempo ante alle limoli taso Pilini kamala lawa Lalukala noka Likanala weka Mitukiani Onalipini La mi kama ikea Non tempo pinela Snakenala lukin Likepekin sali Likepekin lete Lipali asemme Mi abuelo nilo Nampasuno sewi Onali sikela Snakenala tawa Mapanami. Lots of yellow hearts in the chat. Oh, delightful. I saw someone saying they were getting their tea. I don't blame you for missing a couple seconds. Tea is awesome. Ekiwe pielo mutenile Bakala anu poe kule Nila mikama loye. Lots of good tea talk in the chat. Hello everybody, welcome to the second installation of Kalama Musipian Usawi, where I sing songs and say random things and reply in the chat. As I said, this is going to be kind of the chill zone. Relaxed songs, relaxed vibe. I'll maybe scatter a little bit of, I can't promise that I'll catch everything in the chat, but I can scatter a little bit of Q&A in between each song if people have questions they would like me to answer, and things that I can talk about between one song and the other. This has been a very cool Sunopi Tokipona. I'll be talking a little bit about just like what my Usawi relevant feelings have been this past year, and like, you know, leading up to today especially. But this day every year is like always one of the highlights of the year for me, and especially this one. And for this particular set, my partner Jan Olinmi is watching this live. Can't talk in the chat currently, but mic disconnected. If that happens, that's what happened. Send them some love as well. Much love in the chats. Woo. Mioli nesina. Yanse wilino. So, the second song I did in the first set was Kiwen Sui. So it seems only appropriate to do Sona Pitelo Nasa. Tawa Sona Pitelo Nasa for the second song in this one. Sinayan Sona Palipi Tempo Pime Anila Kepeken Pinimini Lilenala Kinasina Wilalen Mute Taso Sina Nasa Lipanatawa mi pokitello samani mi mokulitini netello nila mi ken kama sona iwile ano ken la sona lilo nala nasimi tempo mutela mi sona elon alani taso sina pakalae wawa sona mi Pinasi sonami Ona likentani amigena lakon Non tamoni la pilinkona lelitelo Tasaluka sinala miskama samako Utasina lipana inamako Tawa mi ami vileolino Tawa hemi mi ken kamasin Kama tawa mili kama Usawi Sinatoki tawa sina eliapi Sige luka mi amigen ala utala Sina sona tawa sina liwa tawa mi Kamala so anu tampili mila simpi mili lo etaso simpi mili alo lukasina la mi kama samako mi weka tsunami li weka eko tawa mi vileolino tawa emi ken kama sina kama tawa emi sina so Tawa sina elia pisike noga tawa mi ami otawa taso sina sona tawa sina liwa tawa mi This song's always tough to do because there's sections where I have to sing on beat the best that I've ever done it. I'm scrolling up. I realized the chat wasn't updating for me. Like it wasn't, automatically following. But I'm scrolling up. I'm seeing the, I'm seeing the Melipitelo Nasa. I'm seeing the Usawi CD. I'm seeing all of the Tokipi Olympian Usawi. Oh, it's so lovely. Yan sewi lino. Yan pi mapo na pitoki po na liolines na. Ooh. Oh, a question. Does your religious / spiritual nasin influence your music? That is a good one. I feel like it does, to some degree for sure, in the sense that it touches on a lot of things. Gonna drink my tea as I think of more answer. Because Yellow, and I did a song like this in English too. It's called Sunshine, where I was like, I want to write kind of a new age satire. And that is what Yellow started as. It like kind of making fun of the, manifestation, lucky girl syndrome, law of attraction sort of thing. That's one way that it does. The other is just that I write a lot of songs about myself and the things that I'm going through, and that is impacted by my spirituality for sure. Do I record my songs in one go like this, or they are edited from several takes for sure? And as of since Munante, I think they've been also melodined and manually tuned a little bit. Is Toki Gaming is gonna stay Bandcamp exclusive. I said this on the last stream. Songs will soon be going to Spotify, but Toki Gaming, for copyright purposes, will stay Bandcamp exclusive. Favorite synths to use? I usually when I'm making songs, I go to either Serum presets or Faceplant presets. Those are the main two that I work in. No, that is a very topical question, because I never figured out the microtonality in Munante. How's it composed? Well, Munante is the next song in the set list. So, Munante is not technically microtonal. It's I can't do this because the part where I have to sing is coming up. So it is not technically microtonal, it is macrotonal in that there are fewer than 12 notes per octave, but it uses a weird scale called the Bohlen-Pierce scale, which doesn't take the octave to be equivalent, but rather the octave in a fifth. So it sounds like when you finish the scale, you've ended on a different note than you started. And I do believe it's 19 equal it's like 16 or 19 equal divisions of the tritive, or the decade, depending on what you call it. How did you learn to have such strong control over your voice? A lot of practice is as much as I can say. I had a vocal trainer, I had a vocal teacher for a number of years, and it's been a while since I've had lessons, but I try to implement what I learned. So the Bohlen-Pierce scale, it's not just a different division of the octave, it's treating an entirely different interval as the octave, and it's very alien in that way, and that was kind of what inspired the lyrics. sinali kalamata so iyo samatawa sinali samala tawami ni boki kalamanamba luka lukawan anu luka luka taso nilina samtemi ken kalama kepeken boki kalama sina taso onalina salilia That high note is always like a little miniature highlight of Sunopi Tokipona. It's going way up on Munante. So real as a sushi note if ever I've heard one. Hell yes. That was a fun song to make. So yeah, people were talking. It's in 7/8 time because when I released 7/8, people thought it was gonna be in 7/8 time, and it wasn't. So I was like, well, I gotta do that now. And it's fun. I've come to love composing in weird time signatures. I have a Natanya song out that's in 11/4, and God, there's so many fun things you can do with that. The deal with sushi, how did this happen? I'm trying to remember, because this was post letter trade, I'm pretty sure. It was Yanumami. That's what it was. It was Yanumami, and then that connected to sushi. And then we got the sushi memes. I've seen linked this video of dancing to Yan Alelon Ma. I'm saving that link so I can watch it later. Copy. Boom. I saw a good question earlier, which was, am I at a point where I write in Tokipona, or do I still have to like write in English and then translate it? And I think often I have like the initial idea for what I'm writing the song about is often first formulated in English, but more and more I'm getting to the point where like I write the actual lines themselves from a Tokipona place. You know, I look for rhymes there. I look for like, how would I phrase this thing in Tokipona, and then I try to rhyme that. And I'm just trying to get better at writing more in a way that feels natural for Tokipona, while not abandoning my style of being like weird and clever and cerebral with things. So we're gonna kick up the energy a little bit, because I want to include most of the new songs that I've released since previous Suno and this one, and I'm counting Sina as that. I'm seeing the Twitch stream is more updated than the YouTube one. I don't know how the comment updating works there, like if I will see people's Twitch comments, but alone at tempo pigmea, tempo sino nila mi kama, moku tampilino pea, vile ate wawa mi kama, te lo suli la mi takala, te solo makina mi vile tawa vile ni la mi kalama. Telo pilon sina, milugine sina, lamali again Sewilino Nililawasina 1, 2, bude ama sama Sitele pemilikan balon Loka mili awan pa Bisa Holuka emilaw na lisa Makon O yalon Bile Sonapo Na ike Nang bago Ilukinante Baba e alemi E alesina Alone at tempo pindea Mi nessuno li finia Mi weka e filina pea Mi toki e ni mi sina Mi lukina sina Damulitan sina Li kamatawa sina Mi bile sina 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 Numi bile sina 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 Yani kama ken bakala Anu kama ken sewila Yani kama wile alante Nila mi weka sinatan seme Dello sulila mi tawakala Solo makila mi wile tawa Tawa wile nila mi kalama Non te lo filoncina Allora è tempo pidea File suno li vini altro che insami li si chea Chiede alle tansina Tan olimpora sina Tan duca wassosina Sama pilisina La mi bile sina 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 No mi bile sina 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 Oh, it's so fun watching the lyrics update in the chat and like jumping back and forth. It's so good. There's boba at the bottom of this, and there's boba at the bottom of this tea, and I don't have a boba straw, so we're gonna get there when we get there. I did see someone earlier asked, who are my primary musical influences and inspirations? Also, what DAW do I use? I use Ableton. All of this is coming from Ableton and was made in Ableton. I've used both 10 and 11, which I still have licensed to me by the school that I don't go to anymore. Well, I can feel my voice already. But primary musical influences, inspirations, Imogen Heap is huge. I love her songwriting. I love her her production style, the way that she writes her melodies. I used a Carl Sagan quote. I used an Adam Neely quote. I used the repetition legitimizes. Adam Neely's awesome. So yeah, Imogen Heap, very good. Patricia Taxon, especially recently, I'm really inspired by her video essays and by her music. Just extremely cool experimental stuff. Andrew Huang has been a big inspo for me. I made the instrumental for Monsuta in a course that he designed. Who else? Like the presets, they're cool EDM producers. Those are kind of the big ones. I also love Brandi Carlile, and I need to be listening to more of her. As far as like my acoustic stuff goes, I get a lot from her. Yeah. Oh, so much love. So much love in the chat. This is lovely. Okay, now, chat, did we spoil the secret? / do we know what the secret is? / I already kind of spoiled the secret. But the secret, what is my opinion on the flavor umami? I love it. It's very good. It's one of my favorites, for sure. Usawi Patricia Taxon crossover would be so good and could happen. There's an intersection of this Venn diagram, kind of at Jan Misli. What style of music do you want to try but haven't yet? I don't know. That's a good question. I want to make more of the EDM kind of stuff that I've made previously. There's no secret. But some people know the secret. Alright, y'all seem to have been good about the secret. The secretly seme. Well, I'll tell you, I guess I will tell y'all because I did kind of spoil it. But Yan Alelon Ma, I'm sorry, there was a secret. Yan Alelon Ma, what you heard is not the full version of Yan Alelon Ma. Oh my god, it's almost 6. Oh dear. I'm gonna run into the break, but I'm gonna try and make these next bits quick. Yan Alelon Ma, I'll tell you all this, was originally gonna be the culmination of an ARG, and when you solved the puzzle, you would get the full version of the song, which until today no one has heard. And if you didn't hear it last time, you're gonna get to hear it now. Oh, kama homusitala. Yanalelo mali wile kama sona e ona likama nasa ile sinala wile ona lisuli mute o bali kala masin yanalelo mali wile kala masina kenala lukinda ona litokita wa yanalelo ma Another fun fact about this ARG, the OW music video was part of it. There were plot secrets in there, little hints and clues. We wanted to have it done by Sunopitoki Kono, and that ended up not being feasible. So now this song is out for us all to listen to. But my collaborator and I, we do plan on doing something. Matelo yanalelo mali kentawa kalalo na paselo sinakama lomon sipi yanalelo ma honali looking bakala taso yanalelo mali bakala pinasin ike asinao tala sama yanalelo ma while since I have produced cool EDM stuff like this, or like OW, or like Likuyo. I've been, if you know the book The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron, I've been going through it. I'm on like week 8, and it's getting me to think about what I want to do musically. The times where like, in the past I've gotten, this is good timing, in the past like I've noticed myself start to get cynical about my music, about what am I going to be able to make the fastest, like what's going to be the easiest to do, and every time I like start to fall into that rabbit hole, it makes me miserable. And then I go and I listen to music like this that I made, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can fucking do this. I'm a bit quiet compared to the music. I will turn myself up then. Woohoo! But yeah, I roll back. Like when Sunopitoki Pono rolls around, God, the sushi with antlers in the chat, that's incredible. When Sunopitoki Pono rolls around, I'm like reminded what I can do musically, and it's really starting to sink for me this year, and like I want to like deliver on that more. I want to be more sincerely engaged with the music. That's where my feelings have been at. Alright, here's the secret. What got 27 stars? Is it it's the antler sushi ball. I do see music chat. David Dodger, thank you so much. Tsunabi Tokipona makes me bounce so much. I get so much energy and lights, so much love from all of you guys, and it truly it makes my August at the very least. Yana Lelonma, everybody. Woo! It now has 32 stars. Holy shit! Oh, that's so good. Bouncy energy and magic fairy lights. Absolutely. We have 2 songs and 1 minute of my technical amount of time. So I will be around in the chat to talk more and answer more questions, but I'm gonna focus on doing songs for right now. This is another favorite of mine to do. Y'all know it. Y'all love it. I put the version in that didn't have the little counter in. Lamau. Yansemeli ken olin eponami eigemi Yansemeli ponatawami mi awen wa niligemi Selola mi ponatawasina Isami kili ponata sonali pakala lili sina wilela Mikemo sita ala tasomi wile ala pakala Milukine sina itawa lonlinya Samaya sima miante yasima Sina olila mitawa lonlinya Sina wile onalao anu ala emi. Also, the break is apparently 30 minutes, so we're gonna keep vibing then. Oh anu ala emi, emi, oh olin emi. So anu ala emi, kinyan olin lam na si masi na wile ona no seme o. Tepo bime ala piling sina litoki mute yon pisama sina. Ella piante mi to mi que nada lo que nada linea lo eni. Dice mi mute lilona pa kabaya elu kami senala mi porta sina. Isami kini kenyo e holmi sina. Taso sina wilela. Mi moseta ala taso tempo kambala. Mi tuli pakala mi lukine sina. Mi taba lonlinya samaya sima mi ante yasima sina olila mi taba lonlinya sina wile onala o anu ala emi 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 o anu ala emi emi o olin emi taso anu ala enasi ikeni sina sona mi sona sina pona lampoka ona opana ala epilini ketami mi wile olenta so da 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 mi lukina sina mi taba lonlinya samaya sima mi ante yasima sina olila mi taba lonlinya sina wile onala anu ala emi oh anu ala emi oh olin emi taso anu ala emi. I saw someone mention Carry On Kekan-san, and I would if my voice weren't like, this is fine for what I have next, which is just one more song, and you know which song it is because I haven't done it yet, and it's the one I gotta do, and I mean that genuinely. Not like I feel really grateful that even though there's like some songs of mine that are definitely like hits that I gotta perform every time, like I love all of them and they're all fun to do, but my voice is at a point where I can comfortably sing that. I could not comfortably sing Carry On Kick On Son. Lamau. The chat is correct. The chat is figuring it out. And is also starting to sing Carry On Kick On Son. I've reached the boba. It's chewy. So yeah, I have a little bit more time than we thought. I can run into the break. I don't want to take up maybe the whole break because, you know, running it close. But I love all my children, but some more than others. Yeah, not every song can be a hit. There were some songs that were easier for me to decide I wasn't going to perform this year, and others that weren't. Like, I like Otoki Scene. I'm not mad that it didn't make the cut. I am a little miffed that Pilin Weliko didn't, or like Omekali Kante. Those are fun. Legit, I heard Carry On My Kick On Son before Carry On Wayward Son. That is incredible. The influence I have. But if people have more questions that they want to ask me or things they want me to talk about before we do Omekalike and I leave the Suno stage. Ooh. It's still going. Yes. Oh, thank you for putting the fan art in the chat. I think that I just realized I think that screen grab is from my doing this little pose during Yana Lelonma. This is, I don't know that I've had prior fan art. If I have, and I'm not remembering, do remind me. But this is certainly at least my first furry fan art, which is delightful to me. A lot has happened in my life since last Suno. I'm a furry now. And weirdly, that is not what the antlers are about, necessarily. But it is not surprising. I'm gonna go to chat. Lots of fun things. Will the Yan Alelonma last part be publicly released? It is already on Bandcamp. And it will be on YouTube eventually. I have to edit the video together. The ARG, whatever happens, is not gonna look like the Ao and Yan Alelonma stuff, so that y'all don't catch it as easily. Hee hee. This is wild that people heard Carry On Kick On Son first. That's so cool. I know about it weirdly through conlangs, that I was doing some Googling because I wanted to make a dance conlang, and someone mentioned Laban notation on like a Reddit thread, and I went and looked that up and was like, oh, this is very cool. You did a thesis on it. We do need to talk. I am going to message you with a little, where's the hand wave emoji when you need it? Come on. There we go. And we can talk about this. But now I must go back to the chat. Oh, stream issue. Oh no. Okay, let me know when I am back. Okay, hang on. Let me go to Suno and see if everything is... Can y'all? Am I back? Let me know when I'm back. Come on, no. Are we back? Are we back? The stream is back. Oh hell yeah! Can we sinaken looking ken kute? Is it on now? Question for partner who's not here in chat. Is this on a different YouTube link or is this the same one? And if it's a different link, can you send the link so I can send it to partner? But yes, different link. Someone put that link in chat. To answer the questions I've been asked, I'm going to do this one here. How can you have the magical power to make music so good that people retroactively decide that they will be your fan now in the middle of Sunopitoki Pona? Definitely not me. I don't know. I do. It is practice and like I am the only person who can make Usawi music, but there are so many other good kinds of things. Like it's not. I don't know where I was going with this answer. I am reminded of, I can't remember which philosopher is it that defined like, what is it? Genius is like something that you can learn but like cannot. It's like something you produce that you cannot teach another person how to get to that result. And like, I don't mean to be braggadocious and use it to be like, oh, I'm such a genius, but like that's what I attribute it to. Is like, this is the thing that I can do. Did someone send? Yes, this is the link. Boop. Boop. Okay. To answer what was the other question about translation. Yeah, it's always so good YouTube couldn't handle her real. When I translate songs, I usually try to like vaguely keep Sonya Lang Otoki. Hello. I usually try to like vaguely keep the meaning in mind, but I more so care like line to line about matching the sound of the original because I find that to be very satisfying and it like leads to better lyrics in my experience. So, I'm going to sing Omekalike because of course. And then we're gonna go into, it's so Kamal beginning. Oh my god. What philosopher? I'll track it down once I'm done. So I will continue to be talking with y'all after. You know it. You love it. This is the third time today that I've said that. Omekalike, everybody. Talabemi, oh, feeling utalami, oh, pimayawani, oh, toki ikemute, oh, olimpilonala, oh, Palising bagalani oh tawa weka kipeke en tempo lili samani sina wile alamoli tawa weka toki lilon alala mi toki alaini akin toki eni tawa yang pipana sina tawa mi Pali sinali ike Toki sinali ike Boku e kara ike Pili sinali ike Ina cielo sinali ike Boku e kara ike Boku e kara ike Feeling bakalami oh Bonatan sinatan mi O pili ni ke ala Tano na pakala Onali pili neni Onali pona a Mi sona ini Ni mi utali Lo ni mi utala Gaso mi sona tan seme Tan toki pi utaona O toki ona ike ala pi musi ala O tawa weka Sama ni mi yo e bali Saki we moli O tawa mama sina O toki ni tawa yang pakalani Pali sinali ike Toki sinali ike O moku e kara ike Pili sinali ike Kina cielo sinali ike O moku e kara ike Malami ko'y sinalo ng panokami Mi wile mute ni kalama Niliwe kalatan lawasina Oku sinali ike Uta sinali ike Nena sina oh awan be looking at the muta ng sinking sina nena sinali ike Pali sinali ike Toki sinali ike O boku e kara ike Pili sinali ike Kina cielo sinali ike O boku e kara ike Moku e kara ike Wah Time to drink some kosike. So hang on, I need to chew that no. Kosika no shige ko Tuli pona looking tawa mi Ooh. Bestie, that's not a drink. Seriously, thank y'all so much. The love that I get every year doing this and throughout the year from y'all. Like I often say like, you know, all the love I get during Sunapitoki Pona, but like it's a throughout the year thing. You can see my college diploma up there. Ah! And also some of the I have those little sun like prisms, and now after the show the rainbows start to show up. That's awesome. So if there are any more questions or things for me to talk about, eventually we will find every horned character. Nearly real. This is so the flag behind me is the flag of Aristasia, which is a fictional LARP nation sort of thing that was active from like the 70s till the 2010s, like late 2010s, and it is a huge special interest of mine. They were in like an extremely interesting group of people, and I don't have the time to talk about all of that, but my fraternity I'm in a all-gender fraternity, gave that to me. Do I ever think in Tokipona? At times, when I've been active like speaking in Tokipona, thoughts will come up in the language. I would like to get better at it. You're the main reason I'm learning Tokipona. You warmed my heart. That's awesome. CD/cassette album when? Lon tempo kamasuli. That's a cool idea. I'd have to think about that a lot, though. What is my favorite book? It's called Aristasia. I'll put this in the chat. I could rant about Aristasia for hours, and maybe I will do so next year in Tokipona. I think that would be awesome. Concert when? More and more, I'm like, I want to do a live performance of my music at some meetup. Live Tokipona, live Usawi concert. I want to start a mosh pit to Q and Sui. Oh yes, I can link. I have YouTube videos on my Netanya YouTube channel where I talk about the antlers and also about memes. How did I get into Tokipona? I kept seeing it come up in conlanging spaces, and I was like, is this a real language or a, like, not real, of course it's a real language. Is this a natlang or a conlang? And I Google it and I'm like, this is a cool conlang. And I started learning it in 2018 and then fell out, and then I came back in 2020 and I heard people streaming music in VC, and I was like, oh, I could do this. I could do that. The concept of being a niche internet micro celebrity is hilarious to me. Yeah. Feels like an episode of The Big Bang Theory, except actually funny. Real. Yes, there is a Netanya YouTube channel. I will send it. Q and Sui Mosh Pit. Regular meetups. We're gonna make this happen. Aristasia presentation. I will talk about Aristasia. I will absolutely talk about Aristasia in Tokipona. That would be wild. There's so much about it. Keika and Yanusawi racing to see who can release the first physical Tokipona music. Should come to California. Now that I don't have college, I mean, I do have a job, but now that I don't have college, what would I say is a good way to start learning Tokipona? I started with like a memorized deck combined with Tokipona, the language of good, for the grammar. I know there are some really good courses, like lesson plans online. Jan Kekan-san's is great, can absolutely recommend that. I know there's another that I really like that I can't remember the name of. But I would say start with like a course that introduces the grammar bit by bit and the vocabulary bit by bit, and then start conversing with people as soon as possible, because I feel like that's a huge part of the process. Oh yeah, I'd love to do. I am neurodivergent. I am autistic. I got diagnosed a couple of years ago. I release music in English under the name Netanya, Natanya. That's Bandcamp, Spotify, everything. Someone already answered that, lol. Yeah, Moon Ante is in part about being autistic. The contrast of I'm singing in a different tuning system than the instrumental is sort of like, you know, having a brain that works differently from the way the world is designed for. My pronouns are basically anything other than it's. I love they, them, but I also love when people switch it up. Netanya. Lamau. What else is there? I'm scrolling up to make sure I didn't miss anything. If I did and I'm not finding it, you can always just like reply to it. So much sushi, so much love. Hehe. Not the su/she pronouns, immediately getting to like 10 stars. Switching up pronouns mid-sentence is always based. I'll link my non-Tokipona YouTube channel. There's in the video on the ethics of boinking animal people, which is changed my brain chemistry. The bit where she dissects that one piece of furry art of a character who uses they, she, he, and switches pronouns every single time they come up. I'm like, do that to me. Sometimes it can be confusing, but it's very fun. Yeah, he's Jan 56. That's incredible. The Patricia Taxon video essay is instrumental to why I wear the antlers. It's a fae thing. It's a fairy thing. I want to say, I'm working on a big video essay where I want to say more about that, so I won't spoil it a whole bunch. But fairy, I literally have elf ears. It's about alter humanity. It's about through the lens of like furry stuff, but kind of in a broader sense. Of course, it's a fae thing. Most people who comment on the antlers when I wear them read it as a deer thing and not a fairy thing, which is funny. Where if I'm like, oh, like no one's ever gonna read me as like a fairy in the human realm, but they will read me as a deer in the human realm. So, you know, anything's possible. Autistic fae, absolutely a thing. Shape-shifting. I talked to you earlier about aw, Seme Osaka. Hell yes. I don't steal names. I steal people's like turns of phrase and writing voices, but I don't steal names. I did talk earlier about like doing voice training to like have a more masculine voice in my repertoire, and it's definitely a shapeshiftery thing. Rob was very nice. We had an excellent conversation. It was a really fun time. I mean, like it's a little further back in memory, but absolutely nice. Is that why Usawi name? In some sense. It's because I go by Ari on the internet a lot, and so that became Yan Awi, and then Awi Usawi, and then Yan Usawi. Do I like the word lonsi? It's a fun word. Lontansi. What does my process look like when writing lyric? It can look like a lot of different things. I start from a lot of places. Sometimes it's from a single line. Sometimes there's an idea. Sometimes I start with the instrumental. Like with Yellow, the beat was finished way before I even started figuring out what I wanted it to be about. The worst by far is it's defined as just Luncy. The worst experience for me writing songs is when I start with the title, because it's too narrow for me to come up with anything, but it's too broad for me to know what I'm writing about off the bat. That tends to be where I get frustrated. Oh, okay. Hello. Whole bunch showed up on the stream. Goofy. Where am I from? I'm US East Coast. I'm in Atlanta. Love starting with the title sometimes. That is how I started Tawa Sono Pitelo Nasa. Is my name not connected to Swahili? That is where the Nimisin Usawi comes from. So, yeah. I'm not aware enough of Lonsi to be aware of the lack of definition behind Lonsi. If Lonsi is defined as just a different Lonsi. Good to know. How did I get into music? So fun fact, when I was there's a piece of like there's something from like who the person who was eventually my school psychologist. I will be at Furry Weekend Atlanta, I promise. But as far as how I got into music, there's this thing written by my school psychologist, and she mentioned that at 2.5 years old, I am so sorry for defining Luncy wrong, but at 2.5 years old, I did not respond immediately to hearing people call my name, but I responded immediately to hearing people singing. That's when I got into music, I guess, on a technicality. It's always been here. Okay, Lonsi is the etymology, but not... Lontansi is the etymology, but not the meaning of Lonsi. Good to know. I am now informed. Wah. But yeah, I've kind of always known I wanted to be a musician. I grew up, like, my whole family's very musical. I grew up with it. I grew up around it. I grew up, like, loving to do it. Here's my name glyph. Hell yeah. It's coming up on... Yep. It's coming up on 6:30. So again, thank y'all so much. This has been an excellent Sunopito Kipona. I cannot wait for next year. I will continue to hang around and chat. I look forward to more cool music. Miole nesina alea.